many of you have ever gone to school feeling completely drained? Like you're mentally exhausted, you're stressed out, or even emotionally overwhelmed, but you still got up and showed up to get through the day anyway? Now, if that sounds like you, or if that sounds at all familiar, don't worry and don't stress out, because you're definitely not alone. A lot of students deal with stress, anxiety, and burnout more often than we like to talk about. And we should talk about it because, as a student myself, I know how hard it is and it can be to focus and perform well when your mind is just not all there and you're feeling tired and just overwhelmed overall. So today, I want to persuade you that students should have access to mental health days. I'll be talking about firstly how stress affects students, how mental health days can help, and why it's important to normalize health days in general. To begin, stress really does affect students and their performance in school. When someone is stressed or anxious, it becomes harder to focus, process information, and remember what they're learning. Even if you do understand the material, your brain doesn't always function the same when you're feeling overwhelmed. And over time, that constant stress can lead to a burnout. And that's when you're feeling emotionally drained, unmotivated, and disconnected from things that you normally care about. And that sucks. So now that we understand how stress affects students, let's talk about how mental health days can actually help. Now, mental health days can give students a chance to reset. Sometimes even one day to rest can help your mind recover and lower stress. And it's kind of like you're pressing a sort of pause button. And once you play it back, or when you play it again, you can come back more focused. And it also helps prevent burnouts before they get any worse. If you don't push yourself until you completely crash, you can actually stay more consistent in school over time. Now, it's not just about performance, it's also about how we view mental health itself. Like right now, a lot of students all over the world feel guilty for needing a break. Like that's something wrong or something to be ashamed of because you're just feeling drained and exhausted. Like they think that you have to be physically sick in order to get some sort of rest, but that's just completely wrong because mental health is just as important as physical health. When we normalize mental health days, it reduces stigma and helps students feel okay for taking care of themselves without feeling that sort of guilt. Now, some people may argue that mental health days might be misused or that students will fall behind in class, but schools already have systems to manage attendance, and more importantly, the benefits to student well-being outweigh those concerns. So, overall, mental health days matter because firstly, stress affects student performance. Secondly, breaks help improve focus and prevent burnout. And three, normalizing them supports healthier students. At the end of the day, we have to remember that students are not machines. We are people with emotions, and we have every right to feel exhausted and drained and feeling that it's okay to take a break from that. And sometimes the most productive thing we can do is take a step back and take care of our mental health. So I encourage you to think about this moving forward. Instead of pushing through every time you feel that exhaustion, we should start seeing mental health days as valid and very necessary for ourselves, because taking care of your mind should and is just as important as taking care of your grades. Thank you for listening.